Africa must power up to move forward. Solving the power crisis is not just about keeping the lights on. It is about lighting the path to a more prosperous, equitable, and sustainable future for all Africans. In the heart of Africa's quest for economic transformation lies a silent but persistent impediment: unreliable power supply. Across the continent, the erratic nature of electricity generation and distribution continues to sap productivity, hinder innovation, stifle industrial growth, and deepen inequality. While Africa is blessed with abundant natural energy resources, from hydropower to gas reserves to sunshine and wind, the inability to harness and distribute these resources efficiently has placed a heavy cost on economies, businesses, and everyday lives of its people. The economic toll: unreliable electricity imposes a substantial financial burden on African economies. According to the Africa Development Bank, Sub-Saharan Africa loses an estimate 2 to 4% of GDP annually due to power shortages. For countries striving to diversify their economies and attract foreign investment, this is a staggering loss. Frequent power outages increase operational costs for businesses, especially small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, which are often unable to afford generators or alternative energy solutions. Manufacturing, a critical driver of job creation, is especially vulnerable. When factories halt production due to outages, productivity drops, workers lose wages, and supply chains are disrupted. Investors, wary of energy insecurity, either scale down their ambitions or relocate operations to regions with more stable infrastructure. In this sense, unreliable power is not just a utility issue, it is a direct impediment to economic growth. Impact on household and education. Beyond industry, power instability affects the social fabric of African societies. In urban slums and rural communities, families often live without consistent lighting or refrigeration. Students struggle to study after sunset, especially in off-grid areas where kerosene lamps, harmful to health, are still in use. The digital divide also widens, as children without stable power cannot access online platforms or digital tools used in modern education. Moreover, women and girls, who are primarily responsible for household chores, bear the brunt of energy poverty. Limited access to clean and reliable cooking energy contributes to indoor air pollution, leading to respiratory illnesses and high mortality rates. Without power, the burden of daily survival overshadows the pursuit of education or entrepreneurial ventures. A reliable electricity supply is the backbone of a functional health system. In many African countries, hospitals and clinics suffer from intermittent power, which compromises the storage of vaccines, the operation of life-saving machines, and the ability to deliver emergency care at night. During pandemics or disease outbreaks, this vulnerability becomes even more apparent. Healthcare workers are forced to make difficult decisions or improvise, sometimes using torches or mobile phone lights during surgeries. Refrigerators for blood and medications fail, and patients in intensive care face deadly consequences. The human cost of unreliable power supply in the health sector is incalculable, with preventive deaths occurring due to what should be basic infrastructure. Barriers to innovation and digital transformation. Africa's digital economy is on the rise, yet it remains held back by erratic electricity. From tech hubs in Nairobi and Lagos to startups in Kigali and Accra, entrepreneurs depend on stable power to code, operate servers, and connect with global markets. Frequent outages not only disrupt services but also increase costs, as companies are forced to invest in expensive off-grid solutions. As Africa increasingly turns to digital solutions for banking, education, agriculture, and governance, the continent's energy dilemma grows more urgent. Reliable power is now a constraint not just to the traditional economy, but to the future economy. Environmental consequences. To cope with electricity blackouts, Many African households and businesses turn to diesel and petrol generators. These backup solutions are not only expensive but also environmentally harmful, contributing to the greenhouse gas emissions and air pollution. Africa's reliance on fossil fuel generators undercuts its climate commitments and exacerbates urban air quality issues, especially in densely populated cities. A shift towards renewable energy offers a viable path forward, but even solar and wind solutions require reliable grid infrastructure, policy support, and financial mechanisms that many countries have yet to implement. Solutions and way forward. Addressing Africa's unreliable power crisis demands a mix of short-term fixes and long-term reforms. Investment in infrastructure, upgrading aging power grids, expanding transmission lines, and reducing technical losses is very critical. Decentralized solutions, mini-grids and off-grid solar systems can provide quicker relief to underserved communities, especially in remote areas. Public-private partnerships. Governments must create a enabling environment that attracts private investment into the power sector, ensuring transparency and regulatory stability. Regional integration. Power pools such as the West African Power Pool, WAC, or East African Power Pool, YIP, can facilitate cross-border electricity trade, optimizing energy distribution across regions. Energy diversification. Embracing renewables like hydropower, geothermal, solar, and wind will reduce dependence on fossil fuels and improve energy security. The cost of unreliable power in Africa transcends economic metrics. It is a human development crisis, an innovation inhibitor, and a public health risk. Without bold and sustained investment in energy infrastructure, the continent's ambitious goal for industrialization, digital growth, and social inclusion may remain out of reach. Again, Africa must power up to move forward. Solving the power crisis is not just about keeping the lights on. It is about lighting the path to a more prosperous, equitable, and sustainable future for all Africans. How does the impact of unstable power supply affect your businesses or livelihood? Are you optimistic about the improvement of Africa's energy sector? Engage with us on the comment section and subscribe to Khan Media Group for more eye-opening videos on Africa's energy. Together, we make Africa great. Check out for the next video.